What's up, everyone? Andre here along with Tris and Jake for a very special occasion because it is Jake's birthday. Happy birthday, Jake!
Yeah! Birthday! Let's go!
So, not only did Nintendo give you a Kirby review embargo for your birthday, but also the announcement of a new Mario movie trailer. Are you excited?
I am unbelievably excited. I feel like the world revolves around me. I am the main character. Everything's coming up, Jake. We're doing great.
That's exactly what we needed more of. That's awesome, though. What a great day, Jake. So, did you expect this to happen today? An announcement of a Nintendo Direct for the Mario movie, the final Mario movie trailer, 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out.
Yeah, okay. So I had a bit, my Mario movie hype has not been as high as some other people, I gotta say. This image that they tweeted out, this most recent one, this awakened something.
Wait, are you titillated, Jake? Are you titillated?
100%. Titillation meter off the charts with this image. Something about this image, it really made me like wistful for a new Mario Kart that looked exactly like this, but also just to it like made me reflect on how Mario Kart must be so important to Nintendo and to like Mario as a character, just like their perspective on everything that's going on with this IP. The fact that it's also the ride at Super Nintendo World. I was just like sitting back and reflecting and being like, whoa, this is a huge deal. Everybody's gonna see this. Mario Kart, it's in the movie, it's a big part of the movie, and like, man, the future of Nintendo is looking bright. Got me. Yeah.
Actually, this image is quite dark, Jake, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure.
It's funny you mentioned that, Jake, but I literally just got back from Super Nintendo World a couple days ago, where they have an actual Mario Kart ride, and like I'm getting like they feel very similar, and it kind of speaks to your point of Mario Kart being huge for Nintendo. I mean, isn't it literally the best-selling game on Switch? And it seems like Nintendo's aware like that they have a hit property on their hand after 30 years now, and it's appearing everywhere. We got the whole ride, we got the movie, and you know what? I'm here for it. I love it. The ride really grew on me. The movie scene looks awesome, and the fact that they are really leaning into it with this latest poster suggests to me that it's probably going to play a fairly big role in the third trailer as well, because we've only seen a couple of glimpses of it, and even then, the scenes in the trailers we've seen. That was a little confusing way of saying it, but the scenes we've seen are from the daytime. This is from the nighttime, so I wonder if we're going to see a little bit more of how this plays out.
I think this and I think Peach's poster was also set at night.
Correct.
And it does make me think, rather than being in space like we're used to with more recent Rainbow Roads, I kind of get this impression. I think we mentioned in like our how we think the movie will play out, the Rainbow Road will be how they all like go back to the Mushroom Kingdom or go back to Bowser's castle for like their last big fight. And I think it's gonna be a long path in that case. Like we'll probably see it go from day to night during that. It probably won't be like a long segment, like drawn out long, but it probably won't be something that's, oh, here's your 2-minute quick Mario Kart reference and that's it. Because you're right, it definitely feels like they're playing it up to be a key point of the movie here.
There is an actual blue shell on the poster, a winged blue shell, which shows that this isn't just, it's not just a cute reference. Like they're actually incorporating Mario Kart mechanics into it. And we had, interestingly, we had seen, I think, Tris, you're the one who made a video on this, I believe. Or no, maybe I did. I forget. Anyways, we touched on it before. Yeah. You actually can see a blue-shelled Koopa at some point as well. A couple points so far, I think. And so now it's making me wonder, like, is this that Koopa? Is he just in a shell flying around? Or is this an actual, like, an item version like in Mario Kart? Like, I'm curious how this plays into it. But in any case, like, obviously an explicit reference to the item from the games. And that's pretty fun. Oh, I just realized now, too, I didn't even see the bomb there earlier, the bomb right either. So they're incorporating several elements of Mario Kart.
Allow me to throw a dart. Somebody...
darts are not a Mario Kart item, Jake.
Listen, here's what it is. Somebody is getting blue shelled in this movie.
Yes.
And it's gonna be dramatic.
Yeah, I mean, this is how Mario dies. They spoiled it in the trailer, or in the poster.
Somebody's going down, and I don't know who it's gonna be, but I feel like there's gonna be this very like Fast and the Furious exchange where there's like people at the front, and it's like you're gonna have to go without me, dude. You're gonna have to get this done. You're gonna have to see it through to the end, and then capped, blue shelled. It's gonna happen.
You know, you do raise a good point here, but actually, all this coming together because it doesn't seem like it's the idea of just a race like we see in Mario Kart. They're clearly going somewhere with a destination, and between the Bomb, the blue shell, the Koopa that we've seen that is seemingly the origin of the blue shell, and there was even like one of the toys that they announced is a Koopa in a car, one of Bowser's army in the car. So I think they're actually going to be like in like a Mad Max style, like a racing and battling. This will be Mario Kart battle mode actually, along this Rainbow Road as they're battling Bowser's army on cars on Rainbow Road. This is going to be ridiculous, isn't it?
I am kind of loving the idea, and again, it kind of ties into the ride they just went on at Universal Studios Hollywood, because that's a more battle-focused version of Mario Kart 2, where you're shooting items constantly, like far more so than the actual game. And yeah, I do wonder they could be going for like a Mad Max type thing here as well, which would be hilarious in Mario style. Real quickly, a super chat from Valentine who says, "Time for the Dark Queen from the meme, Bowsette." I would bet good money Bowsette's not going to be here, but that'd be amazing. I wanted to bring up one thing about more about the scene in particular, because you mentioned you think we'll see it go from day to night. I wonder if it goes beyond this, Tris, because if you go back, I don't have it up in front of me right here, but if we look at the Peach poster from before that you referenced, it actually looked like it might be taking place in space. And I wonder if this might be our connection to, say a Luma and maybe Rosalina, because we know Lumas are in the movie thanks to the toy leak.
Man.
And it makes me wonder if this is the gateway. And they even tease like, what is it, other universes or galaxies in the movie? I think it's Peach that says it. And so I wonder if this is how we get there, or we incorporate those characters and we need to bring them on board in order to stop Bowser.
Oh man, I mean, it's so weird to think how the perception and the expectations of this movie have changed with every time we look at it. Because the first couple trailers, everyone would have just been like, no, like there's no way they're going Mario Galaxy this early. But now that we have all this stuff with Mario Kart, now that we have Cat Mario, we have all these things that clearly aren't just from the origins of Mario, it's pulling from all over the series. The idea of the Lumas and Mario Galaxy playing a role in here isn't that far-fetched at all.
This trailer that's shown at this direct 100% will have a Rosalina tease. 100%.
Do you think it'll be like the eye thing, where you can see like a close-up of her eye against?
I think we did that. I don't know. I don't know if they've ever done that. But I think we will hear like some kind of noise, or like see a little wrist with a wand. I think it'll be explicit and obvious that we're teasing Rosalina. Yeah, bet on it.
I think at minimum we'll finally see the Luma that has the toy and everything. We'll actually see the Luma in a trailer, like in motion, saying something. Even maybe it'll be like a quick thing. It won't be like the full scene. Obviously, it'll be like, I don't know, like it floats down from the air, like yelling someone's name or something, like something really quick. But I think at minimum the Luma, maybe the hint of the Luma's talking to someone that could be Rosalina. I almost feel like they won't go as far as actually teasing her by showing her, but they would tease her by indirectly. A character's clearly talking to her, but we can't see her, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like a Luma, for instance, possibly, or whatever. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, this is the final trailer, right? So so they're gonna. If they're gonna go hard on this one. I think they're gonna blow out as much as they can, and I think at the very least they will absolutely tease Rosalina to the point where it's obvious who she is or that she's there. But I think so I think to that extent, I think I'm leaning more toward Jake's point, where I think they will at least show a little bit of her, just because they want that crystal clear. They don't want anyone mistaking it for anyone but Rosalina.
That's true.
We got a super chat here from Von Tower, thank you, who says, "Will we see angry Luigi?" Oh my god. Well, I didn't even think about this. Luigi's not in these Mario Kart scenes because he's presumably still kidnapped, which means we're not going to get the Luigi death stare.
One could argue we've gotten the Luigi death stare in the van in Brooklyn.
That's true.
We might get it there. He might be the one driving the van.
Okay. That's a good prediction.
Come on.
That is actually
you ever
good.
Driven in New York City?
Yeah, no, that's actually wow. I'm tempted to say book it for that. Wait, really quick though, if we do get a Rosalina tease, is this a voice actor reveal?
Oh. Man, that's interesting. Yeah, because she would be one of the, if not the only major character that we don't have the voice actor for.
I have a voice actress pick for Rosalina also.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Elizabeth Olsen.
I can see that. That could work. Yeah, I like
I
that.
think she's got that kind of voice. I see it.
Yeah, I almost wonder, like, would it be like if it? I almost wonder, would it be someone maybe less famous, only because could they have kept it under wraps for all this time? Had it been, I don't know, maybe.
It's true when you consider the original cast announcement had Spike there. And as far as we know, Spike Foreman is not really going to be in more than maybe the first 10 minutes of the movie.
You know, shout out to the voice actor for Spike, with Sebastian something, because, you know, it's only thanks to him that we knew anything about this movie for the longest time. And he, like, you know, in hindsight, he told us so much about it, like, basically confirming the New York setting, which we speculated about at the time, I'm sure, you know, and that ended up being the case. It's like, yes, so shout out to that guy. Thank you for giving us information about this movie, like, what, over a year ago, well over a year ago, probably 2 years ago at this point. That was amazing.
I will say, I do think there are legitimate celebrities that have not been revealed for this movie yet. Yeah. I do think there are some secrets that they have purposefully kept under wraps. I think another one is Pauline, probably. I think Pauline is going to have a little moment in this movie, and it's going to be a celebrity cameo, and we're going to make, like, a little video afterwards. It's like, did you know Pauline was voiced by, you know, it's going to be something like that.
Hold up. She was in the poster, wasn't she? Wasn't she in one of the
Oh,
leaks?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're 100% right. That's actually a great point.
Her. Yeah. Just in the background. So
I think there's a few of these left, and based on everything we've seen of this movie so far, no expense was too much. I think they've gone all the way with this. There are going to be some like, big boys that we haven't seen yet. Yeah.
Listen, Chris Pratt is kind of, as much as people want to meme on him, the amount of roles he's in, especially lately, the big presence he has, the starring role in Marvel things, he's kind of up there. That Elizabeth Olsen and others that have been mentioned aren't. I wouldn't say they're even higher. I think they're, like, at least on par. That I don't think it would be. It wouldn't be too hard to get them too if they've already gotten Chris Pratt.
Oh yeah, MCU bump 100%.
Yeah.
I like no kidding. Honest to God, I think Tom Holland is gonna have a role in this movie, and I'm not even kidding, guys. I think he's gonna be like a little enemy or something. It's gonna be something so stupid.
It could be
and
like maybe
it's like a shy guy.
Oh, Shy Guy. I cannot picture Shy Guy as doing anything but the noises we know him for. I cannot imagine.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe. You know, maybe. But like, do we have? Does Diddy have a voice? I don't think he does yet, right? He hasn't been confirmed.
That's a fun pick.
I mean, we've only seen Diddy and Dixie teased in one of the posters too, so we don't even know, like, if we'll see them more than, like, as an Easter egg kind of reference.
And Tom Holland works with Chris Pratt a lot and has done an animated movie with Chris Pratt. I just feel like this kind of stuff ends up happening in this industry. So yeah, dude, I just think it would be extremely awesome if, like, there's a Spider-Man joke in the Mario movie. like you know what I mean? Like,
okay,
I think
no, I don't want
like
keep your Marvel garbage out of my Mario movie. I don't want that here. No, this is the NCU, not the MCU.
What if? Okay, let me pitch it. What if he is Yoshi, and he uses his tongue to swing at one point?
Oh my god!
Oh, like Galaxy 2?
Yeah, 100. Yeah. And there's, like, a little swinging joke. How's that?
Oh my god!
Fine, sure. You can have that.
I don't know if I want Yoshi with Tom Holland's voice though.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Yoshi's a tough one to imagine. I mean, we did have the Mario World cartoon where he actually did talk, albeit in baby talk form. Sure. It might be weird to hear him say much more than Yoshi these days, but that's the case for a lot of these characters, and so far it's working out. So,
other than cast members, I do have a bold prediction.
Oh, let's hold on to that for 1 second, Chris.
Okay.
I'm curious to hear this. Real quick, Sock TV. Appreciate the enthusiasm. Please don't spam the chat. But yes, I'm sure we'll be covering the Easter eggs in the movie once it's out. Second, we had a super chat from Maximilian who says, "Do you think there will be a post-credits scene?" 100%.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we'll get into more of that later, I'm sure. But definitely post-credits. All right, Tress, let's hear your wild idea.
I think since this is the final trailer, obviously outside of, like, small scenes seen in the commercials or whatnot, I think we're actually going to get a few notable scenes that take place during the climactic fight between Mario and Bowser. Potentially Mario, Luigi, and Bowser. it may just be like Mario and Luigi, like, I don't know, like teaming up, like ready, like a high five and everything, ready to go take on Bowser. But something that we look at and we go, oh yeah, that's from the climax.
1000%. Lock it in. Sounds like money. That is what's happening. So, I mean, I think what this trailer is really going to do is it's going to better lay out the story than we've seen yet. So we're gonna get more of the Brooklyn setting. We're actually going to see that officially like showcased in the trailer, because we have not really had that properly yet. The closest we've had is that amazing Mario commercial and website, which
good.
Yeah, it's so great. So we're gonna get that. I think they're definitely gonna tease a climax between Mario and Bowser. Whatever form that ends up taking. I mean, again, the fact that we have Rainbow Road here leading somewhere is making me think this is gonna be a pretty freaking cool set piece, whatever it ends up being. I don't know if Bowser's gonna be in space or we have an army of Lumas attacking him. I don't know what's happening, but it's gonna be cool. The only thing I'm not sure about is like everything between those. Because it feels like we've seen, but it feels like we already know the basic beats of everything else. So I'm hoping there's some more like big scenes that we haven't been shown yet and that are revealed here. I mean, on the other hand, I almost hope we don't see it here, because I want there to be more surprises in the movie that we haven't seen.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, I want to be surprised on more. I'm a little worried going into this. Like, oh no, are they gonna show too much?
I think we're gonna see a lot of repeat stuff in this trailer too. I kind of feel like this is the overview trailer, you know, like your big boy that's like the one that is gonna get passed around the most. So I agree. I think this will give us the most like cohesive idea of the movie so far. And I'm kind of interested in that too. I do think if I'm like doing the advertising for this movie, trying to plan it, seeing out into the future, there's a part of me that, based on what we've seen so far, I feel like they might know in testing or whatever it is that they do that Luigi is a show stealer. I think they might know it. And for that reason, I think Luigi will continue to have a minimal, if not skipped over role in these trailers.
I can see that.
Yeah, because I think there are some things that you want to hold on so that you can have that. Surprisingly, Luigi stole the shit. You know that kind of take. So I kind of think that that's going to continue to be the case, and I would guess we're going to see a lot of Mario, Toad, Peach. Yeah.
Now, despite that, if you remember the past two directs that had the Mario movie focus, they started with Miyamoto coming in, and then they had the two actors come in to talk about it. The first time it was Chris Pratt and Jack Black. The second time it was who was it? It was Seth Rogen for DK, and I can't remember. Was it Keegan-Michael Key for Toad?
That's correct. Yeah.
I think this time, and I think I even predicted this earlier in the year. I think this time is when we're going to see Charlie Day talk about Luigi and Anya Taylor-Joy talk about Peach.
Interesting.
I was saying I've been saying for a while. I think we're getting one more of these directs to give them their little spotlight as well, and I think this is it. No,
processing.
Yeah, no. I actually think it'll be. I think it'll be Pratt again. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like he's gonna have another shot. I think that maybe I feel like Anya Taylor-Joy is so busy. I feel like I'm always reading about things. Oh, please.
So Fawful Great 64 says she had a segment in the last one already. Is that true?
That's true. That's
true.
Oh,
was that hers?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then not her. If she, there might have been. No, it was. She had it in the second one. Keegan-Michael Key was at the Game Awards.
That's it.
That's
okay.
What it was. So he might be in this one.
I wonder.
But yeah, basically, actors that haven't had that little spotlight in one of these directs yet, namely Charlie Day's Luigi, I think are gonna get it here.
Was Miyamoto in Los Angeles for Super Nintendo World?
He was, yeah.
Lock it in.
Yeah, that's a good
lock it in. Lock it in. Miyamoto and Chris Pratt. Lock it in.
That's fair.
They better do some promotion like involving the Super Nintendo World land. I guess the Japan one is, well, no, Hollywood one would make way more sense. Yeah, like the timing's so perfect. Like, take advantage of it. It's so great. I wonder if there's a chance, like, so far they've had the voice actors, if I remember correctly, like before the trailer, and then I think the trailer basically concludes it. I wonder if they might swap it up this time a bit, and as we were kind of alluding to earlier, bring in maybe a voice actor for a reveal of a character that we haven't seen yet. So they'll show the trailer, then they'll have a character, maybe the actor talk about, but I don't know, I'm having trouble picturing that, like, maintaining the hype.
No,
like,
I hear you,
yeah.
Andre. You introduce the trailer, Rosalina reveal,
Right.
and then you have Elizabeth Olsen be like, "Hey guys, I'm Rosalina. Get hype. I guess I just play Magic people. What up? You know, and that'd be fun."
Then
Yeah.
typecast.
I hope she says
Yeah.
that. I hope verbatim that's exactly what she says.
Yeah.
You're willing this one into existence, Shake. I'm starting to feel like that's possible.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Listen, I like Mario Sunshine more than Galaxy, but you know, you pick your
Oh.
battles."
Okay, no,
And
she's
then-
fired. Get out of here. Get out of here, Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah.
Video James 942 says, "I hope there's no sad bits in the movie, or I'm gonna cry." You know, I want that. So actually, this brings up something I think they will allude to this time is, again, I mentioned earlier, we don't really have a whole lot set up here in terms of like Brooklyn, whatever. But we also don't really have the driving factor behind how they end up in the Mushroom Kingdom. Like,
Sure.
is there any divide between Mario and Luigi? Like, I think they're going to lean into more of that this time. We're going to see more of Mario. We're going to find out like, why, like how his inexperience when he first arrives at the Mushroom Kingdom. We're going to find out if he has any other personality, any other shortcomings or whatever else. We're going to find out more about like what's driving him as a character beyond just finding Luigi. And I'm excited to see more of that. Find out more about what makes Mario in the movie, which is something we don't really have in the games.
Okay, it brings up an interesting point. I can't remember. I think it was a commercial recently, maybe NBA All-Star Game, but there was a short clip that had Peach like kind of talking about Mario recently, and she was like, "We have the heart, and with your strength," and I was like, "Strength?" And and it had this clip of Mario punching a brick. And do you remember this? Like running through it, punching it, not jumping under it, punching through a brick. And I was like, who are you? So that really threw me off. And I think one of the linchpins here is going to be the ability to use power-ups. And I think that's a reason like maybe why Peach is in charge of the kingdom, because she has this ability and it's important. And then like we discover Mario has this ability as well, and that makes him somebody capable of strength, I guess. So yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. Looking forward to seeing how they unravel that, because I don't think we're gonna see like unless this is where they're going in the end, kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy style. I don't think we're gonna see like an army of Toads all being like
Yeah,
I don't think we're gonna see that. So I think that's a Mario thing. Yeah, it would be. But yeah, I think that's a Mario thing. Yeah.
That's an interesting thought. I've always wondered how does the economy work? How do the power-ups work? Like, why isn't everyone just flying around constantly? Maybe it is like a thing only a handful of characters can do. Again, this is why I'm so excited for the movie, to see how they flesh out these elements. We have a couple comments here from Day-to-Day Wega, I believe, who says, "Who does Charles Martinet voice? We need to see Charles here." Yes, lock it in. I think we're gonna hear a Charles cameo here, if at least one of them, which there may be multiple. I think we'll hear it.
True.
I think it's gonna be in the trailer.
Ooh, do you think? Okay. Given that this is like, we're thinking it's like an overview trailer, kind of like big scope thing. Do you feel like this starts off like almost like first frame of this thing? You like hear it like off in the distance. You hear a little wahoo, and then like something. You know what I mean? Like you zoom in or something different is going on, because I feel like it's definitely going to be in the movie. I mean, we know he's in the movie, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's confirmed. He's in the movie, just not as Mario, or at least as the main Mario. I've long theorized that there's going to be an in-universe, an in-movie game version of the Mario Brothers, in which he voices that character, just like in real life. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe when they come back to the Mushroom Kingdom, assuming they return to Brooklyn, they got all the coin. They're flush from getting all those coins in the Mushroom Kingdom. They can afford to buy their own game now, or make their own game. To promote their business.
It's the other way. Mario has been losing the money left and right on all these get-rich-quick schemes, and one of the things was he made a video game, and Luigi's like, nobody's playing this, Mario! Nobody wants to play this!
I love it.
You know what? I love that idea.
You know what? That could almost be how the movie opens up, with like them playing Mario, and then Luigi just screaming at Mario, like, "What are you doing?" or whatever.
This is awful!
Lots of support for Charles Martinet in the chat. Yes, Charles is great. So I'm excited to see his role. Like, it's awesome. Even if he isn't voicing Mario, which is not the most exciting news. I love that they are incorporating him into the movie regardless. Like, that's so cool, and it seems like they've really been, like, as far as we can tell, like, very, like, faithful to the games and the universe of Mario, while also, like, charting its own path at the same time. Again, seemingly based on what we've seen, but, you know, we'll see how it fully comes together.
And, you know, I saw in chat earlier, too, I can't remember who said it, but a good point was raised that earlier in, I think it was the first teaser trailer, there was the King Penguin that talked. And then later on, thanks to, like, Twitter and the voice actor talking about it, we learned who voices the Penguin. We'll probably see a good amount of that here, too.
That's a good point.
Like, it may not be the full case of learning who Charles Martinet voices, or it may not be the Jake's theory of Elizabeth Olsen as Rosalina, but we might see a case of a prominent voice shows up, and then after a few hours after the trailer, we then learn who it is.
I actually did forget that the King Penguin, was a big voice that we didn't know about before. So
yeah, so
and
that is possible.
That also brings up another good point too, because I think on the map there were was it 6 kingdoms? I think there's the Mushroom Kingdom, the Ice Kingdom with the penguins, Yoshi's Island, the volcano area. No, I think that might have been the Ice Kingdom. Anyways, there are a few others I forget. Will we see more of those regions here? Like, we've barely seen Yoshi's Island. Are we going to see... Oh, Donkey Kong's... Donkey Kong's
area. There's the desert.
Desert! Yes! So, I mean, I feel like these are all locations that are going to be in the movie. So, are we going to get a desert, possibly Sarasaland/Daisy tease reference here?
Oh, man. I want it, but not here. Yeah.
Not here. I think it'll be in the movie, yes. But I don't think we'll see it here. I don't think Daisy quite has the cachet for the normies out there. So I don't think we're gonna.
Whoa! What are you implying there? All the Daisy fans that they're not normal people?
Wait, what Mario game was Daisy the princess in? I don't even know. What
Super Mario Land, like 30 years ago.
Stop. No.
Where is that game, by the way? Like, why isn't that on the Switch app? That's how you build hype for this movie. Release the better Mario Land, baby. Get it out there.
Wait, Valentine in the chat, a known Daisy fan, agrees, says, I'm not normal.
I respect it.
It's very good.
Yeah, they have Mario Land 2, but not 1. It's so strange. A lot of people prefer 2, but I think 1 is shockingly good. Like, I think it holds up. I don't know. I think it's almost better. I appreciate it more now than I did at the time, and not just because of Daisy.
Yep. One of the things we did see, I think, Jake, you were just talking about the ads earlier, and we took a look at them over the weekend a bit too, if I remember correctly, where people were saying there's an area that looks like a bomb battlefield, there's an area that looks like the Sand Kingdom from Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
And we see I know in the Sand Kingdom one we see Mario, Peach, and Toad walking through it. So these different areas probably show up because they're traveling to each one.
I totally forgot about this by doing the video for it. So, mild spoilers here, everyone, if you didn't watch that video. That actually shoots down my Daisy theory. Because that's probably the desert, which looked to be based on the one from Mario Odyssey being, Tostarena Kingdom? Yeah. So that's almost certainly what that is. So, I guess we actually have seen, I think, almost all the lands now to a degree. Although the Bob-omb Battlefield one's interesting, I'm not convinced that's Bob-omb Battlefield. It could be, but it's not like the references aren't explicit enough for me to say one way or the other, because we basically saw that setup in the original poster. We see a cannon aiming at other floating mountains, so it's not concrete enough right now to say whether that's actually what that is.
Yeah, it's hard to say, in all honesty. It does make me think more of that area in the Mushroom Kingdom we saw in posters. Like, we know those cannons are around there.
Right.
But yeah.
I do hope there are some Mario 64 references. I don't think we've had anything explicit to that yet.
What if the paintings are in Peach's castle?
That probably
they may not be portals, but they could be the paintings.
That could do it.
I'm almost willing to bet we will have a wing cap moment. I'm almost willing to bet.
Ooh.
I just feel like that plays too well into a movie like this.
You don't think
visually.
You don't think the Tanuki suit will take that role? Because in the one clip we have, Mario's literally flying through the air in the Tanuki suit.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about. I legit have no idea. There's a Tanuki suit clip out here.
Yeah, there's a brief one. It was in the second trailer, was it?
Yeah, I think it's the second trailer. He's flying around being chased by a bonsai bill. So.
Oh, you're right. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Throw it away.
Here's a question.
I want the wing cap because I think that'd
Yeah.
be fantastic because the Tanuki suit can only glide.
I'm gonna
It
be
can't-
honest.
or float. It can't fly.
Yeah.
What do you mean can't fly? Yeah, they can fly with a Tanuki suit.
Not
It-
the Tanuki suit. The
Oh my
Tanuki
god,
suit,
come on!
they just float.
I have to
That's the
expose how old I am
raccoon
again, do I? Mario 3 can fly with a Tanuki suit, Triss.
They made it distinct. That's not the Tanuki suit. That's the raccoon.
No, there's a
suit.
Tanuki suit in Mario 3 as well that also flies, Triss. Oh my god, I can't with you.
No, I don't know. They're weird that way.
Okay.
They're weird that way.
So
Oh my god, Mario 3 came out in 1988. Dear God.
I know it's a long time ago. Jesus,
Wow.
I was
Oh,
3
God.
then. So wait,
Nice.
yeah. So I didn't even play when it initially
Right.
launched, like a year or two after, I imagine. It's funny. I love Mario 64. I much prefer the power-ups of the original games. Like I don't care about the caps that much. So I hope the reference isn't like a wing cap or something. I like the Tanuki
okay.
suit more than
That's fair.
that. Wait, definitively, not Nathan says Super Mario Bros. 3 came out when you were 3. Oh my god, I know. Let's see here. Koopa Dude had a super chat. Says Anna Kendrick as Daisy, please. That's not a bad choice.
That's a good pick. I'm gonna be vulnerable for a second and reveal something about myself. I love Anna Kendrick. I have gone out of my way to see every single Anna Kendrick movie. That's where I'm at with Anna. So yeah, listen, if anything's gonna turn me into a Daisy fan, this might be it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What else are we expecting from this final? Real quick, we touched on it briefly earlier. Why? Why did they announce a thing 2 weeks early? They had a whole 2-week period, evidently, in which to announce this, and yet they chose day and date, day and second to the Kirby embargo, right on time with our review and everything else. Why? Why, Nintendo?
They always
Answer
do
me.
this with Kirby. It's so unfortunate.
I don't get it. Kirby can
now-
stand alone.
Timing for this is so weird because 2 weeks out is like one of the longest times Nintendo's announced something out in advance, or like arguably even more than 2 weeks technically, but I think it's 15 days. So yeah, it's slightly over. And we know being March 9th here, it will be Mario Day in Japan. Not that matters. necessarily,
MAR, yeah, March 10th to clarify.
Yeah, March
MAR
10th.
ones are-
March
are
10th,
IR.
Mario Day.
Yeah.
It's a fun little marketing thing they tend to do. I'm sure that's more of like a tongue-in-cheek moment, like, hey, look, we can do it on Mario Day. But there has to be some other reason, something else going on that we're not thinking of that not only means the trailer has to happen around that time, but, oh, you know what? That's exactly a month out, isn't it?
Almost. April 7th.
7th, okay.
But
Yeah, so it might be because it's a month out, or just around a month out. Maybe that was the day that they had to do it. And as for why it's being announced so far in advance, that's where I'm...
We've
drawing a
never
blank.
had a direct 2 weeks out, unless you count, like, even, I don't know if even the one that was delayed due to real world circumstances was that
That was
far
only
out.
delayed by like a week, I
Yeah,
think.
that's right. So even accounting for that, this is the longest we've had, which I think it's interesting for a couple reasons. One, I think this is more Universal's play than it is Nintendo's.
That's fair.
You know, I think there's a lot of, or Illumination, however that works out. I think that complicates things a lot. But I think this also suggests this is going to be, I think, a bigger direct than the previous 2 we've had for the movie. The fact that they're building that much hype for it in advance, I think, does mean that this could be more meaningful beyond, just beyond just a trailer. Like, I mean, obviously
that
they
image.
all have been, but sorry.
They know what they have. They know what they have with that image. That image
Someone-
is yeah.
Someone that knows the movie industry better than me. I know this movie's it's somewhere in Europe, I think. It's releasing the end of March. How far out from the first premiere date are red carpets usually?
Oh, it varies wildly.
It varies wildly. Okay, it's not like
wildly.
a week or two or anything. Because I was thinking
No.
maybe
Yeah.
this is timed close enough to when it airs at the end of March in Europe, but maybe I'm wrong there.
Maybe.
Well,
I almost. Yo, please.
oh, just real quick. Apparently, over the last week/month, and even today, Nintendo's been like apparently quietly, or Universal has been quietly pushing back the worldwide release dates to the point where I think they're almost all debuting on around the same day now, if not after here. So like originally there were several markets were scheduled to open, I think, in late March. But now almost everyone's on April 7th, except for like Japan, which is near the end of April, which is very
yes,
weird.
the end
for
of
them.
April.
Anyways, sorry to whoever that matters for the red carpet. But Jake, you were gonna say something else.
I'm sure I was. I'm sure.
It'll come back.
Yeah, you know what? Something that I think is kind of funny about this too is not just that they announced it so far in advance, but that you can go on the Nintendo YouTube channel right now and get in line for that video and wait for it. At this moment in time, there are 288 people sitting on that YouTube video. Just
so
waiting for it to go
impressive.
live on March 9th.
That's almost half of what we have watching our live discussion right now.
Yeah, exactly. The power, dude. The power.
Amazing.
These are people that never close tabs. They have the tab open on their computer and they're gonna leave it up.
It's gonna scare the crap out of them when 2 weeks from now, just some random sounds start happening on their computer. Like, what's going on?
Another kind of fun thing is that Chris Pratt, I think this is real. Maybe I made this up. Chris Pratt kind of has a reputation for like not doing a lot of red carpets, and he like just recently did one for Super Nintendo World, and that was like a weird.
Walked right by me while I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was. I think people were saying that's like, oh man, weird to see him doing a red carpet. So all about, hey, little Pratt, all about this Mario life. You dig it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like it was a perfect tie-in. The land opening in conjunction with the movie, could not have worked out better for every party involved.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, what else are we expecting from the trailer? What else can they do here? Like, what else have we not fully seen?
Cranky Kong more in depth, because we've had like a single clip in a commercial where he says something.
We finally heard his voice.
Poster.
Yeah,
this is the first poster where he's actually like part of the crew. Physically there, like visible. We had a trailer where he's like in the background eating bananas with Peach and Toad during the fight between Mario and DK. But maybe we'll actually get more of a presence from Cranky this time, and we'll actually hear him say more.
For me, I think we're gonna see a lot more New York. I think we're gonna see a lot more of. Yeah, I think what I'm leaning towards with this is big investment in kind of like beginning of the movie establishing what is missing in Mario and Luigi's life, or maybe in their partnership. And I think like that is going to be the thing that we set up. It's going to be the want, you know? And then like you do all of your actiony stuff, different worlds, all this crazy stuff, and then you lead up to this big Mario Kart scene. And it's gonna be like, oh my god, some crazy actiony thing happens. We go off of a cliff. Release date, end of trailer. That's my trailer. Yeah,
I like it. I think I think you're basically right, but I almost wonder, and this may not be the case at all, but I feel like having that establishing New York setting is actually kind of important, perhaps, to reaching, especially like the non-Mario fans out there, however many there may be. But that helps ground it. It's like, okay, we're starting off in the world you're familiar with, cartoon that, in a very stylized way, of course, before we move into this really wacky kingdom, which, you look at it, like, we're used to as Mario fans, but like that's a crazy kingdom. There's a lot of wild stuff going on there. Why is this 40-year-old man dressed as a tanuki, flying around?
Andre, I think you're right, because I used to live in Brooklyn, and all of my friends, when the little video came out of like their little van doing the commercial, all of my friends that I used to live near were like, oh heck yeah! Look at that. There's us. Yeah, dude. And there is something charming, I think, about like Mario and Luigi, like, I don't know, getting a slice. Like, I don't know. There's something to that. Yeah. Like I'm into that. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, because it's good. Again, this is a side of them that we never see in the games. Like, the closest you could consider would be the original Mario Brothers arcade game, which was originally intended to take place in the sewers of, I think it was Brooklyn or New York.
Cool.
So it's awesome that we're finally seeing the side of them, or I guess Mario is missing may count as well. But yeah, I love that we're seeing the more realistic side of Mario in this case before it goes off the rails in the Mushroom Kingdom. And that should be fun. And I think that could be just a really fun like juxtaposition too, like seeing these characters we're familiar with like operating in a somewhat conventional universe before they get ripped apart in the warp pipe space, whatever that is. I love that too, by the way. I love how we're seeing like how the warp pipes kind of work, and I am curious too if there's going to be any justification for how that happens, like why. Because we do see in one of the more recent ads. We do see a very brief scene that kind of lays out this. They end up like in a warp pipe area, like I assume in the city, and presumably that's what leads them to the Mushroom Kingdom. Like, why? did someone set up a spell? Did a warp pipe pop out of the ground and like for some reason, and you know, like did someone send it as a call for help? Like, hey, we need help from wherever. Let's take this plumber guy in. You know.
Ooh, Andre, I like this because I think there is something kind of fun about that kind of call to action that isn't just like an accident. That isn't just like, oh, we stumbled into this.
Right.
And this would be one of the things that I can see myself in the writer's room like fighting for, and they would never let me do. but if it's me, Kamek has the magic. Kamek secretly does not want Bowser to win. And yeah, dude, that's how I'm getting it done.
Man.
I'm fighting for secret advocate Kamek over here. Yeah,
Wow.
that's it. Yeah.
I love the idea. I don't think that's gonna happen here, but that would be
no.
amazing. That would be hilarious. Yeah, they have a defector. Without I like it, working undercover, not undercover, just going against Bowser. So
because he sees Bowser getting these stars and he starts to freak out a little bit. Because Kamek, he's got a lot of magic power, but now all of a sudden Bowser's getting way too strong, and he's like, "Whoa, maybe this is bad, actually."
You know, and here's something else we don't even know what these power stars do yet. Like we know Bowser wants them; they presumably give him some kind of power, but we don't know what. Like, do they let him do wishes, like the Triforce, or are they like the Gauntlet from Marvel? Like what happens here? What are these stars gonna do? Are we gonna find out in this trailer?
Dude. Bowser snap,
Oh my god.
Just wipes out the entire penguin population.
So funny.
You see Goombas like evaporating.
Here's a neat question. We've known there's some sort of musical number at some point, at least one.
Yeah.
Could we get that teased at all in the trailer? Maybe not actually shown off, maybe not the music from it used, but could we see like, I don't know, a clip of like Bowser clearly in the middle of singing, or like Toad holding a guitar? I don't know, like something that clearly looks like it's a scene from a musical number.
Jake?
No.
No?
I think no. I think they save it. I'm thinking about other movies like this. They just and maybe it's because of the way music works in ads. Like I don't know.
It can't be tricky to fit in.
Yeah, I think sometimes it just doesn't work as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that honestly, now that you bring that up, Tris, now I think maybe almost equally interesting. I'm like, is this trailer about to have a licensed music track?
Oh.
Is this because it's been almost kind of weird that we haven't had one yet? I'm like,
that's true.
Is it pop song time? Is it time to get like a cool kid, like an Ed Sheeran number in here?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not another
exactly.
Ed Sheeran jump scare.
Exactly. Yeah, no, yeah. Shawn Mendes perhaps in our Mario movie. Like it might be time actually, now that I think about it. It's attaching some kind of song to this movie. We're close enough to it that it might be time. It might be time
Can
for the pop
we get Kate
song.
Higgins singing a new Pauline song?
Oh, that'd be something.
A song made for the movie.
Yeah.
Real quick, shout out to NQ Productions, another YouTuber hanging out with us. Hey, NQ. I think we do see or hear the song here. I mean, I think, especially from the studio who made Sing, they know how to incorporate music into their trailers.
True. Good point.
I think we're going to see it. I don't think it can sit, like, that feels like it's going to be a big show-stopping showpiece of the movie. I think you want to show that off. Maybe not a ton of it. Maybe that's how the trailer even opens, actually. Before, like, then going back to, New York, establishing that, and then to the Mushroom Kingdom. I don't know. I mean, that actually could be, like, we could see Bowser's, like, that actually might make a lot of sense. We're getting Bowser's motivations first out of the way, then we go to the Mario Brothers in New York, seeing, like, how they got their start before warping the Mushroom Kingdom and take it from there, so...
Andre, would we get demonetized if we pulled up the Sing 2 final trailer and watched it right now?
We probably would.
Dang it, all right.
Almost
all right,
immediately.
I wanted to do it for science.
It's tempting.
Oh, God. All right.
Beloved Warrior says, Yoshi's Island suggests Mario Brothers were always originally from Mushroom Kingdom, so maybe the warp pipe is always there, just only now find it after all these years. I mean, so far, this movie has been, like, unifying everything except for Yoshi's Island. I do not want to validate that story. No. I like Yoshi's Island. I've always hated that story. Screw the storks. Screw the babies. I don't want any of that action in my Mario movie. No, the Mario Brothers were born properly in New York, in Brooklyn, New York. I don't know what's happening here now.
The anger at the baby.
I've always taken Yoshi. I've always taken the Yoshi's Island story to be like a storybook kind of thing. That's like read to the babies kind of thing.
Yeah, but then the babies appear in like Mario Tennis and Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. It doesn't make any sense, Tris. Noah Charles the Man with a super chat, thank you, says 4-man Spike in the trailer. Yes, we're finally going to see and hear 4-man Spike. Lock it in. That's going to be a critical piece of finding out where Mario and Luigi are at in New York. So they've teased him a little bit on the website where he left a 1-star review for Mario and Luigi's plumbing business, which is hilarious. So we're gonna see what led to that.
I could see that. Actually, yeah.
I've looked up Foreman Spike, not having previously known what he looked like, and I can almost promise you he won't look like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've seen like from the new emblem that they made him, like the little icon on the website, for example, with the star review. That's like the closest I think it'll look like to him.
It's based. I think that's basically based on his original sprite from Wrecking Crew. Is it? I think.
I think he'll at least have that look or that silhouette to him to be recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
What game was he in?
Wrecking Crew.
Wrecking Crew. Yeah. That's the name of the game.
I believe it was Wrecking Crew. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
It was an NES game, I believe. Yeah, and there's a Smash Brothers stage based on it too, which you.
Yes, there is a Smash Brothers. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Okay. It's slightly more relevant now. Yeah.
See, they're really tying it all together here. That's what's fun about this. So I just hope that they. I think the biggest question is, does it tie together in a cohesive way, or is it just like a series of like references and cameos? Which so far, like I'm loving, but like, does it also hold up as a story? And structurally as well. And that's a big question. Like right now, I'm loving everything I'm seeing, but we still don't know, does it actually work as a movie? And that's a big question, which this trailer may help address.
This might be a dumb question, you might know the answer to. So they're in New York. So presumably they're in the quote-unquote real world. When they go through a warp pipe, there are all these other worlds, but they're all in the same like planetoid, correct?
We don't know that.
Oh no, but like remember when we saw that map?
Yeah.
They're like, so they okay, see this is the problem. This is like a Smallville Metropolis situation. I'm like, where are these things in relation to each other? So like all like the Ice Kingdom and Bowser's Kingdom, they're on the same like planetoid, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay. But New York is not.
So we don't know for sure, but based on what we've seen, we've actually seen 2 maps now. We've seen the Mushroom Kingdom map, or that whole area in the first or second trailer, and now we've seen the New York map as well. I would assume, based on the fact that New York appears to be the modern day, that there's no way a Mushroom Kingdom could exist on the same planet that people discovering it as well. So I assume that these are entirely different dimensions. Like, I mean, I guess it could also be different planets elsewhere in the universe, but my assumption is they're different. They're just different universes connected by way of these warp pipes, and otherwise they don't coexist in any meaningful way.
I wonder if there'll be a layer of like, if Bowser gets all the stars, then he can cross the dimensions and go take over your world.
That might be it.
No, we're going back to the '90s movie. I see.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, that's right. Which actually did exist in a different dimension as well.
It did.
And also the Mario the Mario 3 cartoon had an episode of Bowser escaped to the real world, brought the power-ups with him, and he was like flying around terrorizing New York. It was amazing.
There was also the one. There was also the one where Bowser and Wendy the Koopaling kidnapped the president. Yeah, like there was a lot of weird real world crossover with that. But
wow, the greatest short of all time would be Bowser coming to the real world and just watching TV for like 5 minutes. That would be.
So 2 things real quick. One, I love that not only are we calling it the real world, that's what they actually did in the Mario 3 cartoons, and Bowser was calling it the real world. It's like, wait, is your world not real to you? Like, what's going on here? Secondly, though, is there a chance that this actually happens, that Bowser ends up in New York, or do we think that's only for the introduction, it doesn't come up again?
I think, yeah.
I think it's only for the introduction, personally.
Oh, man. No chance?
As much as I would love to have that layer of crossover, from what we've seen so far, I don't think Bowser has an interest in that world. Maybe he will after learning it exists, but I think his interest right now is in the Mushroom Kingdom and conquering all these. Maybe he wants to go further now that he knows that exists, but I have an entirely different question related to this, though.
Ooh.
So we were. I thought of this because of your question, Jake. With where is New York relative to the Mushroom Kingdom and all that? Since we're kind of in this weird in between right now, of Mario Odyssey introduced New Donk City, which meant, and it seemed like that's where everything was all along, not New York, New Donk. But now we're getting actual New York City with Queens and Brooklyn and all that. Where's the actual truth behind all those? Like, what are they going to use to properly establish some sort of middle ground between those? Are elements of the Mario world still going to be able to reach New York, and New York is essentially just going to be New Donk? Same thing, except it's just not. You can't fly across the sky to it. You have to take a pipe, and like Pauline's Mare or whatever. Or is it going to be completely separate? Like somewhere out there in the Mushroom Kingdom is a parallel New York City that's just called New Donk. Because now that there's both, and it's
I hear you. There's
Go ahead, Jake. No, go ahead.
I feel like there's a spectrum of reality, and that's what we're talking about. It is, and there's like a degree of like what can Mario do in the real world? And I think the idea is that when he's in the Mushroom Kingdom, he can do more. He can be super. And like how much of a facsimile to actual New York will the lived-in reality of this movie? I almost think it's extremely. I feel like it's I feel like it's just New York. There is nothing super about these people. They are plumbers.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that take. That's what I've always wanted. Like they're just normal.
Yeah.
That's what always appealed to me about Mario. Like he's just a normal dude. Like he's just a normal guy, a blue collar dude who somehow ended up rescuing princesses in the Mushroom Kingdom or saving the kingdoms, whatever whatever it is he does there. As for the New Donk question, like my hope is that New Donk just does not exist in this universe. Like,
agreed. Recycle bin.
Yeah.
Recycle
yep,
bin
exactly. It was fine for Mario Odyssey as like a one-off thing. We don't ever need to see New Donk again. So, and I think that was just overly complicated things. Like that was like what humans also exist in the Mushroom King. I mean, I guess Peach does, but. Which we don't really know they'll address that or not. But that aside, like, no. New York's enough.
Okay, MZ in the chat. Does Peach also come from the real world, though? MZ, you're reading my mind. I think about this every time we talk about this freaking movie. I hope yes. This has always been the lore I want. I desperately want Peach to have been, like, wandered into this place and like claimed the throne because she's special and from somewhere else. I think that's cool. Low-key Peach the colonizer. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I'm okay with it. It's fine.
In a less brutal sense, I actually do love the idea of her coming from the real world. Like I think that would be a fun way to actually like fully tied together. Like these are questions that never really need answering, but now that we are fleshing out this universe, it kind of does now. You know, like it is kind of like a glaring gap there if you have this world with no other humanoid characters aside from Mario and Luigi, who explicitly came from a different world, and you have this ruler who is very human. And I do wonder if they might be addressing here, just given the fact that we have seen Pauline in a poster in New York. And it makes me think, with her, you know, now being established seemingly as part of the real world, if Peach might have a similar backstory, if like her origins are actually rooted here as well. And I don't even know how that would be the case, though. Like, how did she get here? Did she fall through the same warp pipe 20 years ago, and they decided to make her the ruler? I guess.
Oh my god, Peach lore could be so good. There's so many different ways you could do it. This is a story that's been done a lot. But I think for me the answer to the question almost lies in what will Mario do after the movie is over? Will he go back to New York, or will there be this kind of like Peach being like, I made a life for myself here, and maybe this is where you should be too, and now Mario and Luigi are Mushroom Kingdom residents? I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of like it's exactly what you were saying. Where like now that we're fleshing these things out, we almost need answers to these questions. Do they go between the two? Like that's kind of weird. I don't know. It's fun.
I'm gonna make a fun prediction here and say that the end of the last scene of the movie is gonna parallel the first scene of the Mario Bros in the movie, but instead of being in Brooklyn, it'll be in the Mushroom Kingdom. They'll have their van, or a new version of their van. They'll be fixing pipes and plumbing, but they'll have their tools and everything, but instead of fixing actual pipes, they pull up power-ups and they jump in the pipe. That's what I think. That's why I think the end of the movie is going to be. We won't see that in this trailer. We're going really off the rails here.
Yeah, we are. Okay, here's the scene I want for the end of the movie. I want Mario and Luigi, like they've rescued Luigi, they've stopped Bowser, they go back to the real world, that's their home, and they're just hanging out in their house, and then suddenly there's a knock at the door. It's Princess Daisy holding a gun, be like, we gotta go back.
I knew we were going. I knew when you said they were going back. I knew it was gonna be this reference again.
Yeah,
never got that follow up.
We never did. We never got that. This could be the chance to rectify a 30-year-old mistake. We need that proper sequel to the original Mario Brothers movie. Do you like Jacob's like, oh my god, yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Do we think, is there a chance the original Mario movie gets referenced in any way in this new one?
It's so tough because Nintendo clearly wants to forget that movie so much compared to honoring the show, where like they were clearly more on board with the show. So it's tough because I feel like if there's any references to it, it'll be subtle enough that you can argue it's actually from something else. But not exclusively from the movie. Really?
I'm the other way. I think 100%. I feel like this movie is just hopped up on references. And I just truly overdosing on references. And I think that there will be so many that there will be one that is clear cut. Here's if I may make a prediction, it will be a Goomba wearing a suit. So only its head is coming out, and it's revealed that it's actually like Goomba stacked or something.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
that's a great idea. I love that.
Not the Goomba Tower movie. Finally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. Yeah, because the Mario movie is so very different. It's hard to imagine fitting.
Oh, somebody in chat has it.
Okay,
Zero Jump has it. It's this the Mario joke.
That could be it.
That's it.
You know what? To the movie's credit, that was brilliant. Like that was a great joke, great gag, makes sense, explains their name. That worked on so many levels. Loved it. Let's do it again. Yeah, that's great. Let's see. Fist Zero, Fisto, however you pronounce it, with a super chat, thank you, says, Bowser kidnaps and possesses DK. DK is sent to New York. DK climbs the Empire State Building and plants a new donk flag at top. Nod to King Kong, Universal IP. Oh man,
it's not bad.
By the way, just real quick, can we appreciate for a moment how wild this whole thing is? Because this was a Universal movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Universal sued Nintendo back in the day over Donkey Kong, arguing Donkey Kong was a copyright infringement of their IP when King Kong, being King Kong, when King Kong was already in the public domain at this point. So they didn't have any rights to it. So I love that it's come full circle now. Possibly, especially if there is like a King Kong reference, that'd be amazing. But I love how Universal went from like this, being, an enemy, if you will, an antagonizing force to Nintendo, to now being like fully on board with theme parks, movies. It's amazing. So
times change.
I would like to relitigate that case. I would like to go back because honestly, thinking about it now, I'm like, I don't know. It kind of sounds like they had a case.
And this is why you're not Nintendo's lawyer.
No, I know. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, wait, Universal, let's bring it back. Let's run her back. Yeah.
Oh man. Dragonzilla asks, when is the trailer coming out? March 9th. So in 2 weeks from today, I believe, at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Which
2 weeks from tomorrow.
2 weeks from tomorrow. Thank you. So, which again, an absurd amount of time in which to announce something, which I think means like we're in. I mean, yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting time regardless. But I do think, as Jake said earlier, I think we are going to see a repeat of scenes, or at least extended scenes we've already seen before. But there will be some new establishing things as well. But I think this is where they're really going to lay out the story, and yeah. Lucas says, if DK has a movie in the future, you think, is there going to be a reference from the 1997 TV show? Oh, we got to have that, one of the classic songs in there. Like the, what's a really famous one?
Oh. I did that video that was like every DK voice. And that sent me down that rabbit hole. I listened to every single one of those songs, all bangers.
Wow.
It was shockingly good. Shockingly good. I wonder, was that the same? Was it the voice actor who also sang too, or was it a different?
It was two different ones, which I discovered doing that video. But somebody said it's "I'm Nobody's Hero," which I think is the one that I put at the end of that video. Where, I don't know what's happening to me. It's so good.
Marcus Smith Plush Tube says, "What if a Luma Lee crashes down onto the Mushroom Kingdom in the post-credits scene?"
I don't think any post credit since
Yeah.
it has the toy. Luma is the one that runs the shop. That's the Luma we've seen that has the toy. I don't think they would make a toy of a post credits character. I think they're gonna have some level of prominence in the core movie itself.
I remember when those toys first leaked, seemingly forever ago now. I'm like, are these even based on the movie? But they had so many different elements. It was hard to even imagine them all working together. And yeah, sure enough, minus the Luma, we've seen everything being incorporated so far.
We need to know how
a lock for this trailer.
There's a big question as to like how the Rainbow Road appears. I feel like that is something that will be answered in the movie. It's not just like chilling up there, which is why I think Rosalina is involved. But like, I guess it would. I don't know. I guess maybe a Luma can barf up that Rainbow Road.
Give it enough star bits, they can change. They can transform into anything.
Yeah,
there you go.
I think you might be right. I think the Luma might be key to that because it does seem to be like a very celestial based event happening. So Luma would be a good explanation, or Rosalina creating this gateway to somewhere, wherever Bowser's doing at this point. Like I'm guessing at this point in the story, he has all 6 power stars. I don't know. Is he going to space to do Bowser things? I don't know.
Oh man.
We had SPB1 Game says the Mario movie van is a reference to the original Mario movie since it was originally in that movie. You know, this is a good point. Like it's possible that some of it is already referencing it and it's just kind of like generic enough you couldn't concretely say it's related to that, but they did have a van in the movie. I don't think Mario and Luigi had a van prior to this based on my memory. So that in and of itself could be a reference. Like even in the Super Show, which their commercial explicitly references, I don't think they had a van in that too. They had their underground layer, their underground apartment or whatever, but yeah. All right, there was a good comment here. I'm trying to remember, where was it? I don't know where it went. Oh well. Is there anything else we're expecting for this Direct? Anything else that could happen here that we don't know about?
Do you think we were talking earlier about like voices and like characters finally hearing them talk for the first time, whether it's like like Spike, for example, or like the first teaser that had the King Penguin. That Koopa, that's a blue shell, and we see the blue shell here. Could we hear that Koopa finally talk?
Maybe.
A
part of me is like, okay, if the blue shell is a thing that I do think will happen and will murder someone, does that mean that what happens to the Koopa? What happens to the Koopa that inhabits that blue shell?
Man.
And now I'm wondering, does that Koopa have some kind of bone to pick with a member of this cast? And they're like, I'm going supernova right now, guys. I wonder.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of how now, thanks to Super Nintendo World, we've seen how like Mecha Koopas and bombs are built, and they're like, they are actually constructed and into these sentient creatures, and it makes you question things like, are they? So they're just cool, like just taking themselves out to murder Mario, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Oh, I found the comment I wanted. First off, Noah Charles the Man with a super chat. Thank you. Says, with so many Mario elements in this movie, can they even make a sequel? Oh yeah. I mean, we'll have a better idea, of course, once we actually see the movie. But come on, there's so many power-ups, so many universes, so many things. Yeah, there's no way that if this is a success, which I think is a near guarantee at this point, practically a guarantee. There's no way there's not a sequel.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Absolutely.
Noel asked, do you guys think Bowser Jr. is going to be in the movie?
Not in this one. I don't think in this one.
Yeah. Oh, God. A part of me thinks that this is ripe for a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
That I could see.
Yeah. Love Bowser Jr.
Yeah. I feel like we would have seen them already were he to be in this movie outside of a possible post-credits sequence. It's hard. I think Bowser Jr. complicates things. Because how do you explain that? Where did he come from, right? Like, you can get away within the games, but there's no story. But, like, now we need context. Who's the mom? What happened here?
Here's the thing, though. They have arguably an opportunity for the greatest post-credit scene of all time. If you've got Peach on the throne, chilling in the Mushroom Kingdom, the doors open, you hear little footsteps, you see just, like, Bowser Jr. on one end, Peach on the other, and he just goes... Hi, Bob. They cut it. Cut it. That would be outrageous. You know.
Oh man.
Kind of amazing.
You know, I can see Bowser Jr. as a post-credit scene more likely than a dry Bowser, because I know that's one a lot of people want, and I don't know. I don't see them doing that personally.
Yeah, dry Bowser's a little dark.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, what is it? So I think someone asked earlier. I forget if we answered it, but they asked like, "Do we think there'll be a post-credit scene?" And yeah, I think there will.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know what that's going to involve. Like, there has to be a character tease. Like, I mean, I don't know if it influenced it directly, but after Sonic, the first Sonic movie's amazing tease of Tails, like, yeah, I think they want to do something similar of that nature too. I just don't know who that equivalent is in the Mario universe. Like, I don't know if Wario and Waluigi are enough. They might be. I don't know.
They are, and the reason they are is because that's when you drop like that Robert Pattinson is in this movie. You know what I mean? It's like that's when you go, oh, here's our Harry Styles is Waluigi. That was
getting wilder and wilder with every word.
But what is the context for their existence? Like, are they? Go ahead.
It's Shadow the Hedgehog, 100%. It's Bowser.
Clones?
It's Bowser being like, okay, I just lost to Mario and Luigi. I've got my own Mario and Luigi now. Here they are, Wario and Waluigi. Go get them. And then they're just like making little noises. They're just going like, you know, that's it. That's the whole
That's
scene.
a gross noise.
Oh my gosh.
What I think it might be a fun way of like including them, since they're also humans. I feel like there's potentially, I mean, again, Princess Peach throws this up into the air, but I feel like with them being humans, seemingly, arguably they may not be, or could they be like a rival plumber business? Could they be like, and they like follow Mario and Luigi? Like, we find out at the end they've been trailing them the entire time, and like then they become the antagonist force in the next movie or whatever.
Ooh, maybe they work with Foreman Spike, and there's some kind of weird thing going on there.
Yeah,
maybe they're there. You know what I mean? Maybe they're there all the way at the beginning.
That'd be so good. That'd be such a smart way of tying it all together, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We had a super chat from Ipsters, I believe. Thank you. Says, will we see Daisy at all? I mean, we haven't seen the desert area at all yet. What are the chances of 100% for you all? So we actually touched on this a little bit earlier. We actually have seemingly seen the desert area, or at least a desert area, because there was a trailer an ad a couple days ago. We made a video about it. So slight spoilers here potentially, where we see Tostarena from Mario Odyssey. So that seems like that is the desert region. Which is that, if that is the case, unless they're doing some retconning, which they totally could, Daisy's chances of appearing in the movie, I think, just dropped a bit. Even though we have had that flower reference, right, Triss, to her back in the initial poster?
Yeah, back in the original poster, her emblem is seen on like a storefront. So she clearly exists somehow, somewhere. So
I mean, what if she were the post-credits tease? Could that be? I
think that could work. The question is, you can't just be, here's Daisy.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Daisy.
Actually, it could be. Hi, I'm Daisy.
I think you need to do a little something like a reason for why. Like, is it Peach going and advancing to other kingdoms to go like better relations? Is it, oh, we see Bowser's back already and he's just going somewhere else and Daisy's kingdom is the one he goes to? Like, I think if you just introduce character, it feels a little weird. I feel like you need to see that there's a setup they're going for already for introducing that character. Such as, you made the comparison to the Sonic movie when they introduced Tails. When they did that, it wasn't just, boom, here's Tails. Tails comes out of the portal and goes, oh, I hope I'm not too late. So clearly setting up a reason for being there too.
I think if you set up Daisy, you have an opportunity to do an antagonistic turn and enemies to allies in the future. So you could honestly do a kind of fun thing where like Daisy is a Peach counterpart and have her enlisting Wario and Waluigi for some reason.
Yeah. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, I don't want.
That'd be really funny.
I think that would be really enjoyable. Like seeing not everyone being friendly at first. Like I guess we're getting a little bit of that with Donkey Kong too, although they have a history of that as well, of course, from Donkey Kong. Miss Darks reminds me that Rosalina is not only a desert though. Great point. That technically is at least 4 environments. I want to see that weird one with the is it like the UFOs realized? I want that one realized in
That's a good one.
in the movie.
Cool.
That'd be good.
All right. Well, I think we're winding down here. Do you think will Shigeru Miyamoto reveal himself in in this direct?
100%.
Yeah, 100%. He'll be one of like the opening speakers in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Jenna, wait, no, sorry. L82 Class Productions says Aubrey Plaza as Daisy Make It Happen.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I also
not
saw
bad.
a suggestion for Rosalina in the chat that I quite enjoyed, which was Ariana Grande. I think that's actually a great choice. Yeah, that'd be really fun. Cool.
That'd be funny.
Ed says, where do you think Mario, Peach, and Toad will go Where do you think Mario, Peach, and Toad will go first? To the DK Kingdom or Yoshi's Island?
I think DK is the last one they go to personally.
I think it has to be given the Rainbow Road connection we've seen. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I think that makes sense. So yeah, I guess Yoshi. Yep. Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Mario and Yoshi interact. Actually, will we see more Yoshi in this trailer? Like that's the kind of like a big kind of mystery right now. We haven't seen much of them.
No, I don't think he's core enough. Yeah.
Yeah, like it depends on what role Yoshi's actually play. If it's just them encountering Yoshi's on Yoshi's Island, I don't think so. But if it's like a Yoshi's part of their group for a bit, then I think yes.
Cool.
Ivan with a super chat, thank you Ivan, says, what if Tostarena is just a small region of Sarasa Land? Also Bowser Jr. over Rosalina. No way Jose, Rosalina all the way. Hey, you know, I'm down for that retcon. I'm cool with making it a part of Sarasa, or
Sure.
Sarasa Land. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I think that'd be interesting. And I think too, I could be wrong, I'm going off memory here. I think we don't even see the full like desert area. Like I feel like that might have continued off the map screen a bit, so that could totally possibly be the case. Jacob said there's still that Yoshi in Toad Town. True, there was that Yoshi egg at least, I think, that we saw.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Daisy, Anna, Kendrick. I think someone else has said that, Jesus. So yeah, we have that seems to be a popular choice.
Totally.
And Lila says something I think you'll agree with, Jake. We need more Luigi.
Yeah, but not yet. Don't keep him out of the trailers. Keep him out. He's gonna be too good. I want to experience it in IMAX 4DX. You know what I'm?
How exciting is that, by the way? I love that this movie is getting like the full treatment. We're getting Dolby. We're getting IMAX. Like they're like you can see those logos in every poster. Like I want to see this in IMAX. Like that'd be so freaking cool. Like IMAX 3D. Oh, yeah. I've seen the trailer. I think in IMAX 3D or at least Dolby 3D, and it looks awesome. Cool. Yeah, and I think I think we discussed it before. Do we think this is going to be one of the few animated movies to actually somehow be able to reach $1 billion, which would more than double the current top video game movie?
I think it could.
Jake's breaking right now.
How much money did like the new Minions make?
I think that one did. I think that was over $1 billion. I believe.
Then this will.
You know, it's funny. I think Illumination's cachet has actually gone up in recent years, so the timing's quite fortunate for the Mario movie, especially just given the general quality of everything we're seeing, including the animation. But I think this could be the one, and that would be absurd if it actually is. Which we could be totally off base. It may do nothing, or compared to what we think. But I think if a video game movie does stand a chance, it is Mario. It spans generations. It spans different forms of media. I mean, more so now with the movie. But I think this could be it. And I think that's really exciting. So where's our hype at for this direct, in particular for this final Mario movie trailer? Where are we at? 1 to 10. Tris, let's start off with you. What's your hype at?
I'm at an 8 because I know I'll be excited already, just because of how good this movie is looking, and just this poster they used for it. Just this speaks to me. As an avid Mario Kart fan, this poster makes me happy, and I really hope we see more of this in the trailer. So I'm at an 8 for it personally.
Jake,
I like 8, Tris, right there with you. S tier key art. Say no more. Something about that, man. They nailed it. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, 8.
Hollow Boy with a $2 super chat says Charles Martinet as himself in animated form. Hey, that'd be a fun way of getting him in there too.
Very good.
My hype. Right now, I think it's an 8. It will absolutely be a 9.8 by the time this direct is here. I'm gonna be really excited. Yeah. So
Should we just click over to the video that Nintendo has and wait until
for 2 weeks?
We just keep it going. If they've got it, we can do it.
Sorry guys, no videos for 2 weeks. We're just gonna hang out here, just casually on stream, which actually could be hilarious.
You guys are still waiting? It's like, yeah, dude, we're still.
Like standing outside of a store waiting for a console launch.
Yeah,
oh my God. After the GameCube, I said I would never do that again, and sure enough, I never did.
Oh God.
Jay Crazy said that poster is definitely a 10. Yeah, that poster is great. Like all the posters have been killer. Like these are all fantastic. Just looking and like it just looks so fun. And we actually get I wasn't really looking too close before, but we get a really good look at Cranky on his bike here too, which we hadn't really. Super chat from Ollie, thank you, says how is the movie going to start? I think we touched on this a little bit earlier, but I mean I guess how specific do you want? Like New York, I think is I mean, I guess it could open in the Mushroom Kingdom before going to New York, like how I suggested the trailer could.
I still think that first teaser of Bowser invading the penguins, I still think that's the very first shot of the movie. I think it opens with that, and then it goes to the Mario Bros. In Brooklyn.
It's almost, that reminds me of like the Jurassic Park opening, where you start off with like some kind of crazy action scene. It sets a stage. Here's what to expect from this movie before you go back to the more boring real world, right? Actually, I think that's genius. Yeah, I think you got it right there, Triss. And yeah, that way, and I think that helps too. Like you have that initial burst of momentum, it helps carry you through the real world segment, which I think is fine. Will be good anyway. But it helps act as like bookends to. Helps connect. Just you have a clear through line for this. So, Too Fast for You super chat says hello Mario with an alien face. I don't know
Mario.
what that means, but hello Mario indeed. All right, I think we wrap up there, everyone. We have exhausted almost everything we can discuss for now. We'll be back, I'm sure, with more though, because I can always talk about this movie. So stay tuned for, I'm sure, at the very least, a live reaction to the trailer, to the direct once it happens. 2 weeks from tomorrow. It's gonna be exciting. I can't wait. Everyone, thanks for watching. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Goodbye.
And happy birthday, Jake.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jake.
Tell Jake happy birthday, everyone.
Happy birthday.
Except for you, Jake. You can't say it yourself.
Oh, right. Oh, God.
All right, bye, everyone.